as long as you aren't threatening, abusive, or insulting. Had anybody else not noticed that there is no such thing as hate speech that isn't threatening, abusive, or insulting? When you claim you want Israel to go away, you want the genocide of all the people in Israel, how is that not threatening? How is that not abusive? You call us Nazis, but that's okay. You vandalize property. Apparently that's okay. Do you remember my telling you about the nanny who openly confessed that she poisoned the family she was working for, couple and their kids, because they were Jewish and they have all the money, they control everything? However, according to the French court, openly confessing that you did this to this family because they're Jewish isn't sufficient evidence for an anti-Semitism charge. Poland, who made a law just like a year or so ago, saying that you could not make any comments, post anything, saying that Poland was anything other than a victim in World War II. Now, I will not deny the fact that they were invaded, but they were all too eager to hand over their Jews. And in fact, in 1968, Jewish people of Poland were booted out of the country and given a whole $5 on their way out to compensate for the house, the furniture, the clothes, all the things they've left behind. In all the countries where their colonization is starting to sort of falter, Islam is starting to threaten to leave said countries if they don't allow them to have their little traditions. And the video I'm going to do in a few minutes about one of those. However, I'd like you to notice that this was done in 2001. So over 20 years ago. And we have evidence of the fact that Islam will destroy anything it doesn't consider to be Islamic. And clearly, this procedure has not changed. In Bangladesh, Amarjapur, it doesn't matter where you are. A 200-year-old tree considered to be sacred by the locals has been felled by Islam because they don't worship trees. They just worship their prophet pedophile. The only reason Islam didn't destroy everything in Egypt when it took over is because of tourism. Their history is their money. So, Afghanistan, so many places where gorgeous, antique Buddhist statues were destroyed by Islam because they weren't Islamic, and yet they are now bringing in tourists for the few they didn't manage to get to. Over and over again, I hear the things about be tolerant. You know what tolerance is? I go across the street to my supermarket. There is a section for halal meat. There's a section for kosher meat. There's a section for the regular meat. That is tolerance. Going store to store and demanding that you not sell something that you consider to be haram, that is not tolerance. That's colonization.
পৌঁছাবে মুজাহিদরা, ঠিক আছে? শিরিকের রাস্তা ইনশাআল্লাহ ঘুরে যেতেছে।